The story of Genghis Khan, the Mongolian steppe, stretched endlessly, a sea of grass beneath a sky that seemed to go on forever. It was here in 1162 that a boy named Temujin was born into the family of Yasuge, a respected tribal leader. From the beginning, Temujin's life was shaped by hardship. When he was just 9 years old, his father was poisoned by enemies, leaving the family abandoned and vulnerable. Stripped of allies, Temujin, his mother, and siblings survived by hunting, fishing, and eating whatever scraps the land would offer. Hardship hardened the boy. In one brutal moment, he quarreled with his half-brother Bektar over food. The dispute ended in blood. Temujin killed him. This act left a scar on his soul, but also revealed a ruthless instinct for survival. Soon after, Temujin was captured by a rival clan, the Tayashid, who shackled him with a wooden collar. But one night, aided by a sympathetic guard, he escaped into the darkness, his spirit unbroken. The rise of Temujin. Years later, Temujin began forging alliances. He married Bert, his childhood betrothed, and together they became inseparable partners in struggle and ambition. But fate tested him again when Bert was kidnapped by the Murkid tribe. Temujin raised an army, rescued her, and in doing so, gained a reputation as a fearless warrior and natural leader. Soon, Temujin's followers declared him Khan of his clan. Yet power brought rivalry. His blood brother Jamuka, once a trusted ally, turned against him. Claiming the title of Gur Khan, Jamuka declared war. In a massive battle across the steppes, Temujin's forces were overwhelmed and scattered. Though defeated, he learned a lesson that would shape his destiny. Loyalty must be earned, not assumed. Forging a nation, Temujin returned stronger, reorganizing his warriors into a disciplined fighting force. He divided them into units of 10, 100, and 1,000, rewarding men by merit instead of noble birth. This angered traditional leaders but inspired ordinary tribesmen. He enforced strict laws, the Yasa punishing theft, betrayal, and dishonor. Slowly, through fairness, discipline, and fear, he united the scattered Mongol tribes. By 1206, a great council of clans gathered in a Kurultai. Under the vast blue sky, they proclaimed Temujin as Chengez Khan, universal ruler. Fire roared in celebration as warriors knelt before their new leader. The first conquests, Chengez Khan wasted no time. His first campaign struck the Shisha kingdom. Siege towers and catapults battered desert fortresses until Shisha submitted. Next, he turned against the powerful Jin dynasty in northern China. His cavalry shattered Jin armies, the Great Wall proving useless against Mongol speed and cunning. Smoke rose over captured cities, and the Jin emperor bowed to humiliating treaties. But the Khan's ambition reached further west. He sent envoys to the Khorasan Empire seeking peaceful trade. The Shah of Khorasan, arrogant and suspicious, executed the ambassadors. Chengez Khan swore vengeance. The wrath of the Khan, the Mongols, descended upon Central Asia like a storm. City after city was besieged. In Bukhara, Genghis Khan entered the mosque and declared, "I am the punishment of God. If you had not committed great sins, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you." Samarkand fell, its defenders massacred. Refugees who fled across deserts were hunted down by relentless horsemen. Resistance meant annihilation. Entire populations were slaughtered or enslaved. The Mongols perfected psychological warfare. Survivors were spared only to carry tales of terror to the next city. Many surrendered without a fight, opening their gates to avoid destruction. An empire like no other. As Mongol banners spread across Asia, Genghis Khan built more than an empire of fear. He enforced the Yasa, a law code that kept order across vast lands. He promoted religious tolerance, welcoming Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, and shamans alike. He established a postal system, the Yam, with relay stations across thousands of miles. Trade along the Silk Road flourished under his protection. Artisans and scholars were valued, and for the first time, caravans could cross Asia in relative safety. Yet his conquests were not finished. Generals Subutai and Jeeb pushed west into Persia, annihilating armies and burning cities. Whispers of the Mongols reached Europe, where kings trembled at rumors of horsemen from the end of the earth. The final campaign in his later years, Genghis Khan turned again to Western Shah, who had rebelled against his rule. Though weakened by age, he personally led the campaign. But in 1227, during battle, he fell from his horse and suffered severe injuries. His generals concealed his condition, but his strength declined. That summer, the great conqueror died in his camp. The cause remains a mystery. Some say wounds, others illness. His death was kept secret to prevent weakness in the ranks. His body was carried back to Mongolia. Legend says that all who witnessed the funeral procession were slain, and the grave was hidden beneath trampled earth, guarded by secrecy. To this day, the location of his tomb is unknown. The eternal legacy. After his death, his empire was divided among his sons. With Gedai becoming Great Khan, the Mongol tide continued, surging into Eastern Europe, crushing armies in Poland and Hungary. The world trembled at the shadow of the empire Chengis Khan had forged. To some, he was the horseman of the apocalypse, a destroyer without mercy. To others, he was a genius of strategy, law, and statecraft, who united fractured peoples and reshaped the world. Even centuries later, his name carries weight. In Mongolia, he remains a national hero, appearing on currency, monuments, and the hearts of his people. Across the world, his story is remembered as one of brutality and brilliance, cruelty and vision. The steppe wind still whispers across the grasslands where he was born. A lone rider carries a black banner, vanishing into the horizon. From scattered tribes, he forged the largest land empire in history. From fear, he built order. He was Genghis Khan, the man who changed the world.